It was a quiet Monday morning in Reno until it wasn't. Picture this. Guests sipping coffee, heading to breakfast, checking out of their rooms. And then, out of nowhere, chaos erupts just outside the Grand Sierra Resort. Gunshots crack the calm, and within moments, lives are changed forever. This isn't a scene from a movie. It's real life, and it happened in one of Nevada's busiest tourist hubs. In today's video, we're breaking down what went down outside Reno's largest casino, what we know so far about the shooter, and how the community is responding in the aftermath of yet another tragic event in America. At approximately 7:30 a.m. on Monday, July 28th, a gunman opened fire near the valet area of the Grand Sierra Resort in Reno, Nevada. According to law enforcement, the shooter killed 2 individuals and injured at least 3 others before being apprehended by police. Authorities say the suspect was among those taken to the hospital after what they described as an officer-involved shooting. At this time, the condition of the suspect has not been publicly confirmed. Police have assured the public that there is no ongoing threat, and the area has since been secured. Witnesses described the scene as chaotic and terrifying. One guest, 60-year-old Michael Sisko, was about to head down to retrieve his car from valet when he heard what he thought were fireworks. But it quickly became clear that it was something much worse. From his hotel room window, Sisko saw people running, screaming, and a man clutching his abdomen before collapsing near a vehicle. Sisko backed away from the window as gunfire continued. A half hour after the incident, I started shaking because I realized I could have been there, he said. That valet spot was exactly where he was headed. Police responded quickly to the scene, and within moments, they located the suspected shooter. An exchange followed that resulted in the suspect being taken into custody and transported to a local hospital. No law enforcement officers were reported injured in the incident. Officials from Northern Nevada Public Health confirmed that several other victims were treated for injuries, including one individual grazed by a bullet and others suffering from panic and injuries related to fleeing the area. The police have not yet released the name of the suspect or potential motives, citing an ongoing investigation. Local leaders were quick to react, expressing shock and sympathy. Devin Reese, chair of the Board of Health in Northern Nevada, stated, "My heart breaks for the victims, their families, and our entire community." He emphasized that while Reno is strong, the city is not immune to the epidemic of gun violence affecting communities across the country. Other local officials echoed similar sentiments, emphasizing unity and support for those impacted. The Grand Sierra Resort also issued a statement thanking law enforcement and assuring guests that the situation was under control. The Grand Sierra Resort is one of the most prominent landmarks in Reno, boasting the largest casino floor in Northern Nevada and nearly 2,000 hotel rooms. It's located just minutes from the Reno-Tahoe International Airport and is a popular destination for both tourists and locals. Over the years, it has hosted major concerts, sporting events, and even political rallies. The fact that a shooting occurred at such a high-profile location underscores just how shocking and disruptive this event has been to the city's daily life and sense of safety. While the Grand Sierra Resort has a long-standing reputation as a premier entertainment venue, this is not the first time violence has touched the property. In January 2024, 2 men were charged in connection with the fatal shooting of another man staying at the resort. That case was unrelated to Monday's incident, but it adds a layer of concern about public safety in and around such large, high-traffic establishments. Authorities say they're reviewing security protocols at the casino and other large venues in the area to prevent further incidents. As of now, authorities have not publicly identified the victims of the shooting, pending family notifications. However, officials have confirmed that 2 individuals died on the scene, and at least 3 others were hospitalized with injuries. In addition, 3 more people were treated at the scene, one for a gunshot graze wound, another for anxiety, and one for injuries sustained while fleeing. The quick response by emergency medical personnel likely prevented further tragedy. Local hospitals have not yet released updates on the conditions of those being treated. Law enforcement agencies are actively investigating the incident, with support from federal partners. Investigators are reviewing surveillance footage, collecting witness statements, and trying to determine whether the suspect acted alone or had any known history of violence or criminal activity. Reno police have asked anyone with information or video footage to come forward to assist with the investigation. Meanwhile, community groups are organizing blood drives, mental health support sessions, and memorials for the victims. Events like this are difficult to process, not just for those directly impacted, but for entire communities. They remind us how fragile public safety can be and how vital it is to support each other in times of crisis. If you're in Reno and need help, resources are being made available, and we've included support links in the description. What are your thoughts on this tragic event? Share your reflections in the comments. And as always, please be respectful. We'll continue to follow this developing story and update you as new details emerge. Stay safe and take care of one another. In the aftermath of any traumatic event, especially one involving public violence, mental health becomes a major concern. Local agencies in Reno have responded by setting up crisis support lines and counseling centers to help those struggling with anxiety, trauma, or grief following the shooting. First responders, hotel staff, guests, and even bystanders may experience emotional aftershocks. It's important for anyone affected to know that seeking help is a sign of strength. Organizations like the Nevada Crisis Line and local hospitals are offering confidential support, both in person and through hotlines. If you or someone you know was at or near the Grand Sierra Resort during the incident, professionals recommend not ignoring symptoms like nightmares, panic attacks, or avoidance of public places. Unfortunately, incidents like this are part of a larger pattern that communities across the United States are confronting. While every case has unique circumstances, the rising frequency of public shootings has become a major public health and safety concern. Whether it's schools, malls, or entertainment venues like the Grand Sierra Resort, no place seems entirely immune. Lawmakers, law enforcement, and advocacy groups continue to debate causes and potential solutions, from better access to mental health care, to security upgrades, to policy reform. However, what remains clear is the toll such violence takes on families, first responders, and the public's sense of safety. Reno joins a growing list of cities forced to heal from the unthinkable. As investigations continue, and more details emerge, one thing remains certain: the community's resilience will play a critical role in the recovery process. Local businesses, nonprofits, and city officials have already come together to offer support to victims and their families. The Grand Sierra Resort has resumed limited operations and pledged to review its safety procedures. While healing will take time, acts of kindness, unity, and support are helping restore a sense of normalcy. We'll be following this story closely, so if there are any updates, we'll bring them to you here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you can stay informed with accurate, thoughtful coverage. And above all, let's continue treating each other with compassion, empathy, and care, both online and in the real world.